This tutorial is going to show you some of the basic features of Read and Write for Google Chrome. Read and Write for Google Chrome is a Chrome application that our district pays for, and so when your child is signed into their GSacred Google account, they will have access to this tool. This tool is a great support for helping to read documents, web pages, textbooks, and also has some writing supports as well. So we'll look at some of those main features right now. First of all, before I start to use Read and Write for Google Chrome, I want to make sure that I'm signed into Chrome. So when I'm on a laptop, I'm going to open up Chrome and I'm going to just check right here that I am signed in, and I am. If sync is not turned on, you'll want to make sure it is turned on. And if I'm using a Chromebook, I would have just signed in from the initial sign-in screen with my GSacred school account. So for this, I'm going to model it going from Google Classroom, although it will work with any document or website. So the first thing I'm going to go is to my Google Classroom, and I'm going to go over to the classwork page, and I'm going to open up an assignment that has a document. So I'm just going to open up this, and as you recall, we can click on View Assignment and open up the attached document. So now in order to use Read and Write for Google Chrome, I need to be looking for this little purple puzzle piece. So I'm simply going to click on that little purple puzzle piece, and I now have this new toolbar appear. If for some reason you see a little red X in here, that would mean that your pop-ups were blocked and it blocked it from opening. So just click on that and ask it to allow. So first of all, I can simply click anywhere and press this play button to have this read
Images
aloud.
and meaning.
And I'm just going to stop it. And that reads it aloud. You might find it's too fast or too slow, or even if you needed to change it into a different language, you could go over here to these three dots and go to Options. And in Options is where you can change the voice, the speed of the reading, and as well too, if you were going to be working in a different language like French, you could change this to French also. So I'm just going to click on OK. So again, very briefly, I wanted to just show you the play and pause. So simply click, and on the document, it will start to play.
Look at the images from the GIF of.
I'm just going to stop it again. If for any reason you were reading something and you needed to look up what that word meant, there are two tools here. One is the dictionary and the other one is the picture dictionary. So here we can see, okay, that's showing us the image, and we could click on this and it would read that aloud. I also wanted to show you one of the writing supports. Although there's many other supports, I will just show you the writing one for this tutorial. So here, when you are writing, there is a couple of things you can do. So the first thing is using word prediction, and so that tries to predict what you are going to be typing, kind of like autocorrect and on your phones. So when I click on this, you can see here, it comes up with a list of words. So I can simply click on them or start to type. So I'm going to say,
first,
I wanted to do that, the box
is,
and I can continue, and I will need to, start, and we can say
large number.
I do need to start typing for the word predictions to change. So that's one tool that might help with some spelling and also with typing speed. Additionally, I'm just going to click off of that. Another writing support here is called voice typing. And so I can, or talk and type, I can simply click on it. And again, I would have to allow access to my microphone. And then as soon as I start typing, it will dictate my speech. And again, I might have to do some editing depending upon my speech. So that's how it works with a Google Doc for those very basic tools. I'm going to pop over to a web page. So this is also if your child needs to do some research or anything. So I've just come over here to a web page, and I'm going to click on the purple puzzle piece again. And here I have a toolbar. It looks very similar. So on a web page, I could highlight the text and press play to get it to start where I want it to, or I can use this icon here, this hover speech. So when that's selected, all I have to do is have my mouse on a certain
Edo-culture,
part,
cultural,
and it will start to read that aloud.
in literature, Bosch.
So again, those can be some tools to support research. And likewise too, I can select the words and use this dictionary or the picture dictionary if there is a picture available for that. And last but not least, we can also use Read and Write for Google to read PDFs. So I'm just going to come back into the Google Classroom. I'm going to go back to the classwork tab, and I'm going to open up a textbook. So I'm just going to go down here, and you'll notice here in this classroom the teachers posted a social studies textbook chapter. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'll open this up. And so right now I do see this purple puzzle piece, but unfortunately that one's not going to work right for us in this manner. But up here I see Open With Text Help PDF Viewer, or you might just see Open With and a little drop down menu. So I'm going to click on the one that shows me the purple puzzle piece or says Text Help PDF Viewer. So I click on that, and the PDF is now opening, and I have again another toolbar, slightly different than what I might have had before. But what I'm going to do is click on the click to speak, and I'll find the spot where I want to start, and I click on it. And then it'll start to read that aloud
chapter
to me.
3, we saw how.
Just pause that there. So those are ways in which you can use Read and Write for Google to support reading and writing.